Hugh Gully, take us back to Budget Day last week and the announcement by the national government that there were going to be cuts to technology education in schools such as Nelson Intermediate. For the uninitiated that don't really understand what the announcement means, can you explain it to us?
Kia ora, Phil. It's what happens. We get funded different lines of funding for teachers, and it's staffing. So we get teachers, we don't get money. Okay. Now we get several lines on our staffing form. Now one of those lines is for classroom teachers, and prior to the budget we got 1 to 29. So for every 29 kids we get a teacher. There was a separate line for technology, and that funding is 1 to 120. So for every kid who does technology, for every 120 kids who does technology, you get 4 teachers. So for Nelson Intermediate, prior to the budget, we would basically get 4 technology teachers and a whole heap of classroom teachers. Budget day, huge shock for everyone, Phil. No one saw it coming. They've changed the funding, so for classroom teachers it actually goes down to 1 to 27.5. It's an interesting number. That has very little impact upon Nelson Intermediate School. What they've done, and we didn't know till budget day, the whole line for technology funding disappears. And they're saying to us, you've got to try and fund that from your 1 to 27, which is a slight reduction. Since budget day, a couple of days ago, the Minister was on television and she's announced that they've changed their tune a wee bit, and that they will guarantee no school will lose more than 2 full-time teachers. Now, on budget day, our mathematics indicated we'd lose 3.28 teachers. I don't know how you lose 0.28 out of a teacher, but that's just time, okay? That's just teaching time. And so after that, when she's come back and said, well, you lose no more than 2, well, we still lose 2. We still lose half of our technology component. So it's a major, major impact for Nelson Intermediate School.
Yeah, well, 2 teachers is still a lot in a school such as this. And the fear, which has been talked about, is that technology facilities will sit empty at some stage.
Well, they will, Phil. You guys are in a building now, which was only renovated in 2006 to the tune of $790,000, this building you're in now. So the government invested $790,000 here. As you may have seen, Waimea Intermediate invested about $1 million, Bohall Intermediate about $1 million, Motec and Motueka probably another $1 million. If we can't staff these buildings with specialist teachers, there is a danger they'll be locked up or walk away from them.
You know, this seems weird to me, Hugh, too, because we're seeing the development of technical trade units in the secondary schools, and this seems to run directly against that.
Exactly right. Now we've got Nelson College are doing a fantastic job. They've got their Trades Academy there. The Girls College, Nelson College for Girls, do a great job, and our kids go to Mainland as well. So those 3 colleges, the pathway for our kids that starts here with in the vocational things like your foods, science, technology, your biotechnology, your electronics, all those things, a lot of those vocational things begin at Nelson Intermediate, Waimea Intermediate, Brogan Intermediate, and they do, as you say, flow onto the vocational training at the colleges.
Talk to us about the effect on morale here at the school, on the teaching staff.
Well, they're all pretty upset. It's as I said earlier, it's a bolt from the blue. No one really can figure out where it's come from. In the building we're in now with our technology teachers, they're fine people, they do a great job. And they don't know, in 6 months' time they could be made redundant. They're really uncertain and unhappy.
This sudden about-face by the Minister, has that got you worried as well?
It does worry me, Phil, because if the government can turn around a day after the budget and change their mind, it worries us about, well, what was the original intent? Was it a mistake? Did they not realise the impact? Now, if it was a mistake, then they should front up and say, this was a mistake, and we'll forget about it. We'll look at other models of saving money. So it does concern us that they can change so dramatically within 2 days. Heaven knows what's happened this afternoon. We might have another announcement. So, yeah, no, it does make us a bit worried and doesn't give us a great deal of confidence in the Secretary for Education, Leslie Longstone, and to be fair, the Minister as well. We're not feeling very valued about it, and we're not feeling very trusted.
Teachers' Union are going to dive into this, aren't they? Is there anything you as a school can do about it, Hugh?
I think we've got to be careful as a school. I don't want to involve the students, and we've been careful with our students with information that we're giving them. Our parents are outraged and they're following a course with that. Our Board of Trustees are very proactive in with what they're dealing with. Our union, again, they're advocating strongly for us. The New Zealand Principals Federation is advocating strongly for us. There's also another association of intermediate and middle schools. They're probably our strongest advocate, and they are working closely and trying to engage the conversation with government around the issue.